Welcome. Okay, we're back. I'm just gonna quickly inform the people that Brazil is about to start, and then we're gonna quickly just begin. Okay. We are in. I've informed the people. And now we're gonna finally stop here. And we're gonna have here the exhibition. Of course, exhibition. So, who do we have? Well, first of all, we have Brazil. Brazil, 5-star nation in PES. Quite incredible. Then on the other end, we have Serbia. Serbia here, quite a strong nation. They're 4.5 stars here in PES. They're quite good. So we're gonna go here quickly. Setting superstar 20 minutes as always. We're gonna quickly just set these up correctly with automatic subs and automatic offside. Okay, then we are gonna wait manager mode. I'm not doing that again. And now it is time for us to begin. Okay, I wasn't doing that dumb thing again. So, Switzerland have just come off of a 3-0 win against Cameroon, putting themselves quite ahead of the group in terms of goal differential. They got themselves 3 points. And with Brazil, well, of course, Brazil. First of all, we are here at the Stade de France of Qatar, because Qatar likes France, apparently. And we will encounter here, called Brazil and Serbia. Now Brazil, they are massively expected to win the group. They're expected to win the group throughout literally any circumstance. It is raining here also at the Stade de France of Qatar. So the main thing to expect is gonna be well, first of all, of course, Brazil, massive favorites. Serbia, they're technically right now probably the second most likely nation to get second, but after this after the Swiss performance, Serbia have quite a lot to do, and points against Brazil will be vital in doing what they need to do. So, but they definitely have the power to pull off a result against Brazil here. But the main problem with Brazil is just that, well, it is Brazil. What can I even say about Brazil? I can't really comment on Brazil. They are simply Brazil. They are expected to win under literally any circumstances against literally any team. They're quite strong. They're always strong. They've always been strong, and this group does not seem like too much of an issue for them. But again, any singular mistake in Brazil could be having a very big trouble here as they'll face Cameroon and Brazil later on. So basically, yeah. Quite tough things are going to be shown here. Serbia definitely need points after the convincing Swiss win. They would have preferred a draw, of course. And Brazil, they need a win just because, well, they need a win. They're expected to win the group. They don't really want to fall behind to Switzerland, do they? So, we have a game. Brazil will play with a 4-2-3-1, of course, players that you would expect. Like, you know, of course, the Neymars, the Coutinhos, Fernandinho, Jefferson, all those players. And then Serbia also playing with a 4-2-3-1. Also a few players that you might have heard of, you know, Tadic, Matic, Mitrovic, a lot of those players. But of course, Brazil, big favorites. Serbia, very capable of pulling an upset here. Let's see what will happen in Brazil versus Serbia here at the Stade de France of Qatar. Neymar. To be fair, Serbia wasn't much better in 2016. Diego loses the ball. Ivanovic passes it down to Stojkovic. And they straight over to... Did Serbia even qualify for the Euros? Do I know? Has Serbia qualified for the Euros? Actual question, don't know. For the 2016 Euros. Now we have Diego Tardelli. The Coutinho sends it over, straight over to William on the flank. William could pass it in. William caught in the middle. Diego Tardelli immediately finds 1-0 to Brazil. And with that, Brazil are immediately leading, and that's exactly what they need. Serbia cannot do much about that. There's a Deli jumps in immediately right next to the goalkeeper. Again, way too close to the goal to really do much. And that is immediately Brazil in the lead. And if they want to be first in the group after this first match, that's exactly what they need. William will cross it in the middle. Has crossed it in the middle. Diego Tardelli completely shocking the entire Serbian defense. No one was truly protecting him. Simply heads it over. Not exactly the coolest goal, but it is a goal. And within 4 minutes, Brazil are now leading Serbia. And that is exactly what Serbia didn't want. They wanted to survive and then potentially, maybe, I don't know, score and win. But their strategy has probably been completely destroyed immediately. As Brazil do not hold back. Markovic gets it over to Gudelj. Gets it over to Markovic. Markovic runs over, loses the ball. Neymar. Brazil, they're fierce, they want more. Gudelj keeps it over to Luis. Diego Tardelli sends it straight over to Neymar. Neymar could cross it in. Neymar tries to dribble instead, gets it over to someone. Neymar back to Coutinho, gets it over Willian, and that's 2-0 within 6 minutes. Serbia's defense is simply incapable to deal with the Brazilian passing. And with that, Brazil 2, Serbia 0 within 7 minutes. Heartbreak for Serbia, and they were hoping, they were dreaming, and then Brazil was like, no, you're bad, we're good. And then simple passing. However, the Serbian defense cannot read the passing. No matter how many defenders you got, Brazil, they will find a way in, and they did find a way in. And now Brazil have themselves a 2-0 lead with like 82 minutes left in this game. That is exactly what they need. As Serbia here tries to do anything to not absolutely get destroyed. Matic runs over with Mitrovic to Duricic. Matic, Duricic, back to Matic. Duricic still. Kolarov, Duricic. Tries to run with it, loses the ball. Matic keeps it. Matic tries to pass it, loses the ball to Elias. Elias keeps the ball. Does not lose it. Gets it over to Neymar. Back to Luis. Neymar. All Neymar to Elias. It's now Ivanovic. Gets it over. Serbia tries to do something again. They don't give up. They have still pretty much the entire game. Markovic. Back to Mitrovic. Mitrovic could cross it. Pass it back to Rukavina. Gudelj. Back to Duricic. To Gudelj. Could shoot it. Gudelj finds Duricic. No, barely tackled away by the Brazilians. And Serbia have themselves their first attack in 10 minutes. Markovic straight over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic does not get a great touch on that. Nearly tackled Miranda out of the way. Keeps it. We now have Neymar. With Elias to Neymar. Diego Tardelli to Elias. Neymar loses the ball to Markovic. Markovic runs. Could he pass it? He passes it to Gudelj. Gudelj passes it down. Doesn't find anyone. Duricic keeps the ball. No. Matic finds the remains though. Duricic gets it over to Tadic. Tadic is free. Tadic gets one goal back for Serbia. And after Brazilian domination, they start to sleep a bit after the 2-goal lead. And Tadic breaks away the Brazilian defense. And Serbia, well, they're still hopeful. What seems to be a domination suddenly breaks down. And Serbia get all the possession, all the chances, all the passes. Tadic breaks away for free. You could question offside. However, he gets in, shoots it, and finds in 2-1. And Brazil are now struggling again. Not again. For the first time, Brazil is struggling. And Serbians everywhere find themselves the hope that they lost about 10 minutes ago. 2-1. Brazil, they now have a bit to reconsider. 13 minutes in, they conceded. They have a bit to reconsider because they smashed so much and then they completely fell asleep. Diego Tardelli comes back here. Felipe Luis to Neymar. Felipe Luis. Luis to Elias. Elias gets it over to Neymar successfully. Neymar gets the ball. Could cross it. Tries to pass it to Diego Tardelli. Only finds Nastasic. Tries to run on the flank. Gets it over to Markovic. To Gudelj. He was running. Gudelj gets it back to Markovic. Markovic back to Gudelj. Gudelj keeps it over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic tries to get it up. Does not quite. Finds only Brazilian players. Yeah, probably 4-2 to be honest. Willian. Back to Diego Tardelli. Diego Tardelli sends it over, straight over to Danilo. Danilo could pass it through, passes it over to Neymar. Heads it, and that's 3-1. Brazil have nothing to worry about. They pick up right where they left off after the 2-0. And Neymar finds himself the 3-1 goal. Serbia is still not able to defend against Brazil in any way whatsoever. Neymar finds 3-1 for Brazil. Quite well. Simply sends it over to Danilo on the side. Danilo crosses it with a good touch, and then Neymar simply heads it. The goalkeeper unable to save it. 3-1 to start off with. 4 goals within 20 minutes of playing. And Serbia now have once again way too much to rebuild. Against Brazil it is really hard. They scored a goal, but they've immediately fallen behind again. Now they need to restart everything. 18 minutes, 4 goals have been scored. And they immediately lose the ball again. Coutinho keeps it over. Coutinho, could it be 4-1? No. They decide to take it slower. Losing the ball to Matic. No. Brazil keeps it. Over Danilo. Sends it straight over to Fernandinho. Finds Nastasic instead. Kolarov to Tadic. Tadic is running. He's moving. Cross it in. Finds Duricic. Gets it straight over to Tadic. He cannot find Tadic. Goal kick for Brazil. Serbia needs to take advantage of those opportunities. They don't have many of them. 20 minutes in. Jefferson takes it slow to Miranda. Pass over to William. Not much pressing going on here from Serbia. Danilo runs straight over. Kolarov tries to block him. Ivanovic manages. Hover. Danilo gets it back immediately. Danilo and then over to Diego Tardelli. Back to Danilo. Serbia manages to bounce it on all the Serbian players. Gudelj, Duricic gets it back to Markovic, and Serbia have escaped from the situation. Markovic tackled away. Mitrovic has been found. Gudelj gets it over to Mitrovic. Serbia tries to get another attack going with Rukavina. Can he keep the ball? No, he can't. Neymar manages to tackle it away. Up to David Luiz. Miranda. Over to Fernandinho. Over to William. As Brazil rebuilds. William starts to send it over to Diego Tardelli. Will only find Kolarov as he go back to the goalkeeper with Stojkovic. Hand it over to Mitrovic. Not quite. Duricic. Send it over to Mitrovic. Back to Duricic. Send it over to Tadic. Serbia rebuilds once again. Half of the first half has passed. Tadic tries to find Mitrovic. Manages. Mitrovic cannot keep the ball. Miranda manages to take it away. However, Serbia once again with Duricic. Sent it over to Tadic. Cannot quite keep the ball. Now we have Willian. Loses the ball immediately. Tadic cannot quite get a good touch on that. We encounter ourselves a throw in here for Brazil. Danilo to Fernandinho. Danilo again. Brazil once again have seemed to calm down after they've taken themselves a 2-goal lead. Diego Tardelli back over to Willian. Willian dribbles, sends it over, straight over to Diego Tardelli. Oh dear. Serbian goalkeeper not able to grab that, however is able to keep it. Neymar will take the corner ball. Straight over to Willian. Only finds Brazilian players. Diego Tardelli gets to that. But the mess ends up in Stojkovic's hands. And we're safe. Matic to Rukavina. Markovic. Back down to Mitrovic. Sends it over to Markovic. Serbia once again. 30 minutes in. Markovic gets it over to Mitrovic. Only finds David Luiz. Felipe Luis taking it slow to Elias. Go to Neymar, loses the ball. Markovic, Gudels, sends it over to Markovic. Could potentially have a Serbian attack here. Gets it down to Mitrovic. Only finds David Luiz. Rukavina to Gudels. Gudels to Duricic. Serbia still. Duricic to Mitrovic. Finds himself a chance. 3-2. Brazil cannot sleep with Serbia. Every single time Brazil has taken a bit of a step back, Serbia has found themselves a clearance and have found themselves a goal. And once again, Brazil's slowdown leads to a Serbian goal. With that, they have 5 goals, 3-2. Simple. Mitrovic completely free, shoots it at the bottom left corner. Jefferson cannot even get remotely close to that. And once again, Serbia are within reaching distance. Yeah, but once again, Brazil will have to turn on the speed boots. And well, studies show that they will turn on the speed boost. Well, let's see. What can Elias do? Elias straight over to Diego Tardelli. Bad tackle, somehow save. Mitrovic. Very questionable. Rukavina. Markovic. Miricic, Duricic. Send it over to Mitrovic again. Serbia still on the attacking. 33 minutes in. Mitrovic passes it down to Duricic. Heads it away. Hits the post. And saved. Serbia nearly equalizes it immediately after, as Brazil do not quite take a step forward. Jesus Christ. Felipe Luis. Brazil tries to build here again. Diego Tardelli loses the ball to Ivanovic. Serbians believe everywhere. There's still only 35 minutes of this match with 5 goals. Duricic gets over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic sends it over to Markovic. Markovic, he's kind of free. He could wait. He could pass. Markovic passes it down to Duricic. That only finds Brazil. Willian right over to Felipe Coutinho. To Danilo. As Brazil tries to build again. They've got a lot of space. They've got a lot of space. Danilo takes it slow. Doesn't pass it to anyone. Let's over to Diego Tardelli. Loses the ball. No, Diego Tardelli keeps it. Starts to send it over to Danilo. Only loses it to Matic. Matic loses the ball. Willian straight over to Nasic, who manages to head it away into a corner. Then Brazil are back on the offensive now with Neymar taking the corner. Sends it over. Fernandinho. Can he head it? No. Serbia heads it away. Felipe Luis finds Willian. Willian straight over to Coutinho. Way too wide. We're going to have a goal kick for Serbia. Ivanovic, Rukavina. 39 minutes in, we have 5 goals. Rukavina, he keeps running. Gets it over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic loses the ball to Neymar. Neymar keeps running away. Neymar, he's faster than everyone else. Gets it over to Diego Tardelli successfully. Attacking. Diego Tardelli, could he cross it in? Could he pass it through? Cannot. Serbian defense is strong. Neymar gets tackled away by Rukavina. And now we have Serbia again, as they try to get out of their half. Neymar does not let that happen though. Now we're back to Ivanovic. Janovic gets it over to Gudels. And Serbia are safe with Kolarov. Straight over to Tadic. Tadic back to Kolarov. Serbia finds Duricic. Serbia the attack. Mitrovic to Gudels. Tadic, they enter the Brazilian side. Tadic sends it over. Markovic. Chance immediately. Tries to dribble. Gets it over. Mitrovic only finds David Luiz. Duricic. Gudels. Very close chances here for Serbia. Mitrovic immediately. Mitrovic. Dribbles. Mitrovic. Shoots! A bit off. Desperation for Brazil. Heart attack. As Mitrovic flips over and shoots it at the bottom left corner. Oh, it's a bit wide though. Serbia are nearing ever so closer to tying up Brazil. However, Brazil got away with it for now. How much time will be added on? Felipe Luis continues on. 1 minute of added on. Felipe Luis gets it over to Coutinho. Coutinho to Felipe Luis. Now back to David Luiz. David Luiz, everyone. Neymar. Let's go to Felipe Luis. barely tackled away by Serbia, which ends off the first half in a 3-2 at the Stade de France of Qatar. Brazil seemed very strong, where after the 3-2, they were not able to break away, and Serbia nearly tied it up. We know how much. 50-50 possession, 4 shots to 4. 4 on target for Brazil, 2 on target for Serbia. Passing 81 to 86%. Now, I'm going to begin here the second half. Serbia will kick off the second half. They looked incredibly strong. Mitrovic immediately though. Mitrovic gets it over to Duricic. Sends it straight over to Markovic. Can he find Markovic? Finds Markovic. Markovic tackled away by a Brazilian, by Felipe Luis, and finds Jefferson. Serbia ended off the first half incredibly strong. Was not able to find the back of the net. So they have definitely a lot of high energy entering the second half. I think it's shown. However, Brazil still have a lot of high energy from, the fact they're leading. Neymar dribbles, finds Felipe Luis, finds a Serbian player, and with that, we find a 4-2. Diego Tardelli gets his second, and with that, immediately, Brazil are now leading again. Serbia, they were looking strong, but their defense just can't manage when Brazil are truly attacking. When Brazil are truly attacking, Neymar dribbles, Felipe Luis shoots, tackled away, and Diego Tardelli gets the remains and shoots it at the bottom right corner. And Serbia once again have to rebuild from 2 goals down for the 3rd time. Last 2 times they were capable. Will they be capable this time? Who knows? Gun celebration here from Diego Tardelli. And now, Serbia once again, 4-2. Matic over to Mitrovic. Serbia, they have an entire half to do this. Matic gets down to Kolarov, but Matic to Duricic. Serbia tries to get it away. Duricic keeps it. Markovic over to Duricic. Tries to send it over to Mitrovic. Incredibly wide. And now, back to Jefferson to shoot that. 50 minutes in. Brazil 4, Serbia 2. Willian, Fernandinho finds Willian again. Fernandinho sends it over to Danilo. Willian. Brazil once again with Willian. Throw it to Danilo. Tackled away by Kolarov into a Brazilian throw-in. Danilo sends it straight over to Diego Tardelli. However, Diego Tardelli, Serbia manages to get it away with Markovic. Markovic sends it straight over to Mitrovic. He has a lot of space. What can he do? Mitrovic shoots it. Hits the post. That's the second Serbian post this game. If those has gone in, this will be 4-4. But another post for Serbia. Unlucky. Willian. Danilo keeps it over. Brazil immediate counter-attack. Tackled away by Kolarov safely. Gets it down to Nastasic. I'm currently in the belief that Random has indeed put magnets around their goalkeeper so the balls will go to the post. That's my theory. We do have Tadic to Mitrovic. Straight over to Kolarov, to Duricic, to Mitrovic, to back it over to Markovic. Does not find him. Brazil tries to rebuild from defense with high pressing. Elias, Felipe Luis to Neymar. Neymar takes it slow. Gudelj has none of that to take the ball back. Gudelj runs through the flank. There's no one there. Could he pass it up? Gudelj tries to dribble Elias. He dribbles Elias. Gets it over to Mitrovic. Does not quite. He's not able to control it. And it's a goal kick here for Brazil. David Luiz to Neymar. Elias to Diego Tardelli. Then straight over to Felipe Luis. He's running on the flank. He's running. He's dribbling. He's running. He gets it over to Diego Tardelli, who also does not get a control of that. Goal kick here for Serbia. They've got 33 minutes to do this, which is certainly enough. But they have to break through the Brazilian defenses for the 3rd time. Kolarov to Tadic to Nastasic. Gudelj Duricic. Down to Mitrovic. Finds him well. Gets over to Kolarov on the flank. Kolarov. Can he find anyone? Kolarov tries to dribble Fernandinho. Mats it over to Mitrovic. Punched away by Brazil. Duricic shoots. Sent away by Fernandinho. Kolarov. Gets it over to Tadic. Still Serbia. Tadic tries to dribble. Tadic continues. Oh, Tadic. Barely tackled away by Brazil. As Coutinho keeps it. Danilo. 4-2 is looking quite possible. 30 minutes to go though. Felipe Coutinho does not get a hold of it. Back to Serbia with Tadic. Then over to Matic. Mitrovic. Mitrovic, he's running. Gets it down to Markovic. Markovic dribbles. Markovic dribbles. Markovic shoots. Saved by Jefferson just about. Danilo gets the remains of that just so that the ball doesn't go out. Quite a good save there from Jefferson. Very close. Then Brazil are holding on. Miranda. Elias. Coutinho. Very, very tired Coutinho already. Neymar to Diego Tardelli. Diego Tardelli, can he keep the ball? He can keep the ball. Diego Tardelli, he keeps it. Dribbles to everyone. Diego Tardelli cannot dribble to Nastasic though. Gets it over past Duricic. Duricic, Serbia once again. Duricic gets it over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic gets it down to Markovic. Markovic tries to do something on the flank. Markovic finds anything. Markovic, he's running. Tries to dribble in the middle to Mitrovic. Mitrovic gets it over. Duricic shoots straight at Jefferson. Not a hard save. Remember, Serbia are trying anything they can. Williams straight back to Duricic. Serbia still gets it over to Mitrovic. Doesn't find it. Coutinho manages to get it over to Diego Tardelli. An immediate Brazilian attack. Immediately tackled away by Serbia to Guedes to Mitrovic. Tries to keep the ball. Can he keep the ball? He can't keep the ball. Miranda to Elias and Luis as Brazil keep the ball safely. Now have Diego Tardelli. Mitrovic to Coutinho. Coutinho finds Willian. Diego Tardelli to Neymar. Neymar gets over to Coutinho. Duricic gets there first and can clear it away to Guedes. Can Guedes keep that? He can get it. Can he get it over to Markovic? No, only finds Neymar. Neymar, he's running. Guedes gets it back. Guedes has none of Neymar's stories. Duricic back to Markovic, loses it. Only 20 minutes remain. Will it be another 4-2 here in another past game? Oh, David Luiz keeps it. Neymar to Felipe Luis. That's it over to Neymar. Neymar does not quite keep the ball. Meanwhile, Neymar, not true. Stojkovic gets the ball back, sends it straight over to Mitrovic. Can Mitrovic keep it? Mitrovic cannot keep it. Guedes gets the remains of that. Markovic sends it over to Guedes. Guedes cannot keep the ball to Felipe Luis. Now Elias sets over to Diego Tardelli. Diego Tardelli shoots it, and he can get it past the Serbian defender. However, he cannot find the net. Quite slow there from Diego Tardelli. Brazil do shoot again. Hasn't happened in a while. Are we seeing a quarter? That seems like a deflection there from Serbia, to be honest. 4-2 is increasingly looking more likely. We have Oscar enters in, Felipe Coutinho leaves. 18 minutes remain here for Serbia and for Brazil to hold on to. Neymar gets it over to Oscar. Gets it over to Danilo. Danilo sends it straight over. Elias finds 5-2. And Elias, simple, breaks away Serbia. 5-2. And that's the true show of demolition. When you break the 4-2, that's when you know you've got yourselves an absolute game. Corner, dribbled away, bad interception, lands straight over, gets a nice pass. Elias completely free. Stojkovic cannot save it. And it is now 5-2 between Brazil and Serbia. Brazilians are already celebrating. 3 goals for Serbia is looking incredibly unlikely. They got themselves just a bit away at a time, but we're pretty much over here. But there's always dreaming to be had. There are 17 minutes for Serbia here. What can they do? Matic runs away with Mitrovic. Mitrovic runs to Matic. Matic keeps the ball. Duricic down to Rukavina. Rukavina gets it over to Markovic. Markovic back to Rukavina. Rukavina gets it over back to Markovic. Markovic, can he keep it? Gets it over to Guedes. That's to Markovic. We got Mitrovic. Who? Bad pass. Markovic will leave. Tosic will enter. Markovic incredibly tired. Tosic will have to replace him. 15 minutes remain here between Brazil and Serbia. Jefferson gonna clear it away. Matic keeps the ball. Duricic gets it over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic, he has some space. Mitrovic, he has some space. He tries to shoot it. Barely tackled away by David Luiz. Oscar can he keep the ball. Oscar, he can. Gets it over to Felipe Luiz. Neymar now. Neymar once again. Tackled away by Tosic, however. Throw away for Brazil. No, throw away for Serbia. Rukavi now. Over to Tosic. Throw it to Goodell. Goodell straight over to Duricic. Duricic to Rukavina. Duricic cannot keep the ball. Dead tired Duricic. Elias gets it over to Diego Tardelli. Diego Tardelli. Brazil, they're in for another one with Neymar. Neymar, can they make it 6? Gets it over to Elias. Elias. They tackle it away by Goodell. Duricic. Dead tired Duricic loses the ball immediately. Elias gets it over. Oscar has space. Diego Tardelli barely tackled away. Tadic. He's running slowly but surely. Can he get it past Fernandinho? He can't get it past Fernandinho. He now runs straight over. He tries to dribble over another one. Hits a Brazilian player. Does not exit the field. I would heavily question that. We now have Elias. It over to Oscar. Felipe Luiz. Then straight over to Danilo. Taken away by Tadic. Still to Elias. Oscar. Serbia. They cannot break through. They cannot get the ball back. Felipe Luiz. Tosic manages though. Tosic, he's running. No many Brazilian players there. Gets it over. Duricic sends it straight over to Mitrovic. Caught off for offside. And with that, there are 8 minutes remaining for Serbia. William will leave. Costa will enter. And then 8 minutes plus added on remain here for Serbia. Brazilians already celebrating. They want first in the group though. They cannot let another one in. Matic wants Serbia, however, to get themselves not a -3 goal differential, which will put them third. Gets it over. Diego Costa. They can make it 6. However, bad touch. Matic gets it over to Kolarov. Kolarov running there on the flank. Kolarov, he keeps running. Can he get it past? Cannot get it past. Throw in for Serbia. Dead tired Kolarov tries anything he can. Gets it over to Matic. Matic sends it straight over to Kolarov, who's called off for offside once again. Absolute ooze here for Serbia. They try anything, but now everything's going wrong. Calling an offside. Rukavina will exit. Tomovic will enter. Serbia tries to get anything they can here. 5 minutes remain. Brazil only have to hold out for 5 more minutes. Straight over to Diego Tardelli. Nastasic. Diego Tardelli. Can he keep it? No. Nastasic gets it over to Mitrovic. Mitrovic. Get it over to Tadic. Tadic back to Mitrovic. Mitrovic back to Tadic, who has no energy. Danilo gets there first. To Miranda. Miranda to Felipe Luiz. Keeping it safely in their territory, just to make sure that Serbia don't get another chance here. With David Luiz to Felipe Luiz. Felipe Luiz gets over to Fernandinho. Fernandinho back over. Serbia keeps it. Mitrovic. Mitrovic keeps the ball. Gets it down to Tosic. Tosic cannot quite grab it. Hell for Serbia. Nothing they do works. Felipe Luiz. Back to Neymar. Neymar, they take so long to get the ball back. Elias gets it over to Oscar. Oscar loses the ball. Tosic to Matic. Matic gets it over to Tosic. Tosic, can he get it to Mitrovic? Mitrovic, chance. Shoots it. Jefferson saves it once again. Jefferson, many different saves today. Stellar performance for him. Serbia now with Tosic. 1 minute remaining, plus added on. Tomovic immediately loses the ball. And with that, Brazil can officially crown themselves probably first of the group now that they have the ball within the 90th minute. 2 minutes to go though, not just quite. Tosic cannot quite get the ball back. Gets it over. Tomovic, Felipe Luis keeps the ball straight out. Diego Tardelli. They only need to keep the ball for 1 more minute. Loses the ball though. Serbia. Their last chance of the game here with Nastasic to Matic. Durcic. Completely dead tired. Has to pass it back to Tomovic. We have strike 92. They lose the ball and it's over. Mitrovic loses the ball. But we're not over. As Tosic keeps the ball back. The ref does not call time. Ivanovic to Gudel. Durcic. And now we call time. Brazil are first in the group. Switzerland second. While Serbia are in third and Cameroon in fourth. Brazil take a very commanding win here. Serbia were very close on many occasions. They hit the post an incredible amount of time. Serbia, in fact, they shot more. But the post has blocked everything. 5 saves for Jefferson also. Incredible performance for him. Diego Tardelli, man of the match. He scored multiple goals. That Brazil have made it. These is all the goal list. And that, well, Serbia are definitely going to be disappointed that the fact that they could have been winning. They could have been tied 3-3. They could have been tied 4-4. They could have done anything possible. They could have made it, but they didn't. And with that, as a Swiss fan, I'm angry. I believe that this match was rigged. The post was 3 centimeters wider than it had to be. But as the professional commentator that I am, I will say good job Brazil. Brazil are currently first in the group. Switzerland second. The next match day will decide a lot of things. But for today, we are done. As Group G has finished off. Tomorrow hopefully tomorrow we will have the last match. We will have the last group of match day 1, which will be Group H. So I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.